Yeah. I'm Bill Franks, one of the artists at the Tremont Studios in Collingwood, Ontario. The Tremont is a restored hotel from the 1880s, and on the second floor there are 9 studios and 10 artists. I started my painting career as a boy, aged 12 and 13, up at Go Home Bay and Georgian Bay, rowing A.Y. Jackson on his sketching day trips. He was the one that actually got me interested in art and painting, and at one point said I should become a full-time artist, but I ended up going into medicine instead, which made more satisfying living at that time, but now it's a hobby of mine. I have a lot of respect for A.Y. Jackson, and I traveled up the Ottawa Valley when I was a junior intern at the Western Hospital in March of 1961, and his output per day was 4 sketches followed by a number of drawings. And when you think these sketches bring about $25,000 to $30,000 at auction, in other words, he was 3 4s or 12, so it's $120,000 a day, which I guess isn't too bad for an artist. I have actually written a book on my experiences with A.Y. Jackson. I brought this out 2 years ago, and this copy is actually in its 12th printing. It's been very popular. And as I should mention something about this cover. I used to visit A.J. Casson when he lived on 44 Rochester Road in Toronto, and I took this sketch up and showed it to him, and at that time there was no snow on the roof, and he made the comment that it would enhance the sketch if I broke the darkness by putting some snow on the roof, which was quite true. The book includes a number of, this is a painting that I actually did in 1961 when we traveled up the Ottawa Valley, and I have included in the book, you may not be able to see this too well, but these are letters from A.Y. Jackson to myself when we're arranging the trip, and he addressed the envelope Dr. Franks, Toronto Western Hospital, Toronto, and that was it. And it was 5 cents for the stamp. The in the book here, I got a picture of A.Y. when he's at the Toronto Western Hospital. Actually, I was looking after him for a medical problem, and he died shortly after this. And anyway, I had asked him what I felt was his most favorite painting. Without hesitation, he said first Snow Algoma, which is in the McMichael collection in Kleinburg. And the hospital photographer, Frank Little, came up and took this picture of A.Y. Jackson in the hospital at the Western, and he happened to open up Peter Mellon's book on the Group of Seven, and the book happens to be open at First Snow Algoma, and that was A.Y.'s favorite, and that was just by chance. Throughout the book, which covers from east to west, my days in the Navy, right through to the West Coast, and they give just find it here, give an example. This painting here, you'll notice as you get closer to St. Lawrence, the snow becomes whiter. And that was a technique that A.Y. Jackson used, and I learned that technique from him. So even to this day, I still get some help from my friend A.Y. Jackson. The book covers across Canada, as I said, and right out to the west coast. This is interesting. This is a painting on Smoke Lake, from what they call the Picnic Rocks. And Tom Thompson did a sketch exactly the same location, and his sketch, which is on a sunny day in the fall, is in the National Gallery. And if you look at his sketch and my sketch, you'll see the same trees in both of them. I've got some geese flying down here. The big difference between the two here is that his goes for $1 million and mine goes for around 100 and something. And so then we travel right into the west coast, and then I travel up into the Arctic. I have a little bit about abstract work, but I don't know if you can see this well. I lived off the land with the Inuit twice, and this is our camp at Perry River, about 120 miles from Cambridge Bay. This is our tent here, and this is the Inuit tents here. And on the back of the book, here I am sketching. This is up top of Navy Board Inlet, and I'm sketching Bylot Island, and it's minus 42 degrees out when I did that sketch. This outfit I have was made by the Inuit especially for that trip to the Arctic, and that was in February of 1981. And so that, and you may be interested in this. This is a little writing by A.Y. Jackson. I'll read it to you. It's probably hard for anyone looking at my landscape today to realize that I was once regarded as a rebel, a dangerous influence. I was told I was on the verge of insanity, obsolete reason critics, and I was discouraging immigration to Canada. So that's the struggle that the group of 7 went through, and when they were developing their new technique. And the book goes right on, including the final chapter on Newfoundland. Thank you.